Hello everyone, this is Prop Buns, and as always, I have my amazing fiance Weaselability by my side.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are back with American Truck Simulator, and we are on our way to go get some gas and stop that from happening.
Yeah, our engine is all broke.
We haven't played since 2016,
Yep.
2017. Last time that we were supposed to record was January 2nd. Yes, but what ended up happening essentially is Weasel and I completely forgot, and I'm not even joking, completely forgot what time it was, like lost track of all time, and I mean, it's not that, not only did we not stream, record, we didn't even put out an announcement. Usually we'll put on Twitch, because there's like a little area for you to comment now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're not going to stream because of X reason, and we'll put it on Twitter. It was like 11 p.m. and I was like, oh shoot, we were supposed to stream.
Yeah.
And a large reason for that, Weasel and I are not ones to party or anything, so it's not like anything terrible like that. We had that Sunday and Monday off, I believe, but not that Saturday.
Yeah.
Or I had it off from work. And last week, all right, I work part-time at a museum, and I'll usually hit about 15, maybe 15 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my paychecks are like have 30 hours on them, and I think we do it like bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
So that makes sense. It's about 15 hours.
Technically, it's semi-monthly is the way you're supposed to say it.
Semi-monthly? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 15, 20 hours, maybe something like that. I know with the holidays I've kind of hit a little bit lower than that, but essentially kind of that range. It'll be about 15, yeah. Well, this past week I worked, and I counted to get an official count of this, 32 and a half hours.
So effectively double what Prof usually works.
What I worked in this 1 week is what I will work in a paycheck, which covers 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of our staff was out due to vacation, bad weather. It managed to get, we live in Central Texas, and it managed to get 17 degrees here. I know Dallas, it snowed.
Yeah.
It got so cold, I think it was on Tuesday that our internet shut down, which was fun for the whole family. Yeah, let's fix this guy.
Ooh, that's a pricey repair.
Yeah. But we're good.
Hey, Sierra.
Hey, Sierra. Nice to see you. Yeah, it got so cold that our internet stopped working. So...
Yeah, I mean, much of the town was without power. So thankfully, it was
right.
just internet and not the power.
Yeah, it was a rough time for a lot of people, I feel. That this event is still going on. We can still deliver gifts for Santa. Maybe you. What about you? 15 hours. Ooh, that seems kind of good. Maybe if I can get one just a little bit more. No, I want to keep delivering gifts for Santa, so we're going to take this one. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, excuse me. But we're all out of that. And we're good again, and we're ready to kick off 2017 the way it was meant to be kicked off, which is us streaming on a more regular basis.
Sierra says, my whole house would start yelling if our internet went out.
Oh gosh, it was just not a good time. And when we came back, I think we mentioned this forever ago already, but when we came back from like vacationing with our families, our internet was also out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, like almost a whole day.
Yeah, which was a shame because for Christmas I actually received a smart plug, like an electrical outlet plug, and we have an Amazon, I don't want to say the word because that's the activation word, but the Alexa thing, and we now when Weasel and I are going to bed, we can just shout for it to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to set it up when we came back from Christmas vacation, and I couldn't because our Wi-Fi wasn't working. But yeah, it's been spotty, but I think it's a little bit more stable now.
stable enough to stream for you guys, so that's nice.
Yes, stable enough to stream, and hopefully it'll stay like that as long as the weather doesn't get into the 17s again. But we have a special topic to talk about today, correct, love?
Yes, we do.
So you have kids in your
My family has kittens.
your family has kittens, right?
Yeah, my mom takes care of stray cats. She got them like a little dog house so that it's a cat condo now. And they stay in there, and so the kittens are now about a month and a half old, and they have there's 5 of them. I think it's 2 boys and 3 girls, and it's the picture that Prof had put out.
Oh, yes.
And the video that we had put out, they're now grown.
Yes, there's a picture on Twitter. I couldn't incorporate it into the video because Windows Movie Maker was being a huge jerk about it. But yes, there is an amazing picture of me covered in kittens on Twitter. But I thought, am I not?
It popped out for a second there.
There we go. But anyways, there are your uncle watches us
Yes.
on YouTube, and your uncle has a girlfriend,
Yes, a girlfriend.
and that girlfriend has 2 kids,
Yes, as adults do.
and those 2 kids also watch us.
Yes.
And you recently told me that these 2 children,
Your blinker's the
I
wrong one.
am going the wrong way. These 2 children want kitties.
Yes. I'll just call them the boys, I guess, because they're 2 males.
We'll call them Jeff
Jeff,
with a G.
Geoff.
Geoff. No, just Jeff.
Okay.
And Philip
Philip.
with an F. So Jeff with a G and Philip with an F.
Okay.
They want kittens.
Yes. The boys want kittens.
Jeff and Philip.
We recently went back to our hometown for Christmas, and they went to celebrate Christmas with my family, which was really nice because usually the only quote-unquote children, or I guess kids, although me and my brother are adults now, or me and my brother, and so we had actual, like, children, I guess. They're 17 and 13, I think.
They're not adults until they're 18.
So they're not adults, they're still kids. So that was nice to have, like, kids in the house. And I was outside, and we were looking at the cats because they enjoy the kittens, and they enjoy playing with them. And they were trying to put them in their hoodie pockets and like pretend to sneak them past their mom, because their mom is hesitant about letting them get a cat. Like, she's open to the idea, but she does want them to understand that it is a lot of responsibility, and being a cat owner, it is.
Which is a good thing, you know. I think I'm hitting a vehicle. Now we're cool.
Yeah, we're cool.
Which is a good thing because, no, they're teens.
I guess they are teens.
They're just kids. No, they're teenagers, but they're children to everybody that isn't them.
To us, I guess.
Yes. I already lost my train of thought.
You were talking about responsibility.
Oh,
That's a
yes.
good thing.
Cats are a lot of responsibility, and I'm really glad that their mom has that train of thought, because I know even my mom, when I was little, a cat, I wasn't really taught, like, this is a responsibility, this is a life that you have to take care of. It was more like, here's a cat, if you can't take care of it, we'll just throw it outside. You know, and that's not how you do that. That's bad.
That's bad.
So I appreciate hearing that. That makes me feel happy that these kitties, or hopefully just one, will go to a good home.
Yeah, and so kittens can't be separated from their mom until they're done weaning, and that means, like, they have to drink their mom's milk and stuff. And so the kittens, they're already done with that. They can eat solid food. They actually jumped from milk to solid food, which is really rare. They're supposed to go to wet food and then solid food, but I guess their teeth were just developed, I guess. But my mom reported to me today that the cats have been pooping in dirt and not just wherever their little kitty hearts desired. So that's another milestone for their age. Because oh gosh, you hit a car. Or a car hit you?
I didn't get hurt.
Okay.
Nope.
Good. Because they are outside cats, and so you can't really tell when they were born, so we have to go by milestones. So, my uncle's girlfriend told her sons, if you will write, both of you will write me a 2-page essay on why you want a cat and what responsibilities are needed to take care of a cat, then, like, I will seriously consider that you guys are ready to have a pet.
So, Jeff with a G and Philip with an F, we will be your research.
Yeah.
You are talking to the second and third best kitty experts, with number one being Jackson Galaxy.
Yes.
And we have learned from Jackson Galaxy, Jeff and Philip. We have learned from him and a little book called Kittens for Dummies. An actual book we spent actual money on at an actual store called Half Price Books to purchase.
I mean, we didn't even buy it full price. We bought it half price.
You know, when there's a deal, you might as well steal. So allow us to help you in the research portion of your essay. Your 2-page essay, mind you, which I don't know if we're doing like 12 font times New Roman or whatever, but I mean, double space. You're gonna need some research.
I mean, it's good practice for college because they are teens, as Sierra told us.
So feel free to put us in the sources, the bibliography, if that's still a thing people do.
Yeah, actually, you can cite YouTube videos. So here you go.
So let us begin. So what is a kitten? Is it a
kitten
dog?
Is a small cat.
It is not a dog. So that's the place to start. It is not a dog. It is also not a fish.
Oh, hang on. We got a good comment here from Sierra. MLA format.
MLA format. Thank you. I was trying to remember what it was, and it just wasn't coming to me.
Yeah.
MLA format.
You haven't taken an English class since high school because you tested out of it in college.
Yes, I took my English AP test, and I tested out of all my college courses for English. Not all of them. It's not like, oh wow, you got such a good score, here's a diploma. Just write in whatever you want to be. And I wrote in kitten expert.
So there we go.
Yep. So we've already discussed that kittens are not dogs.
Yep.
And they're not fish.
Not fish.
So that pretty much clears the description. You know, if you ever watch Cats 101 on Animal Planet, the first thing they say is, this is not a puppy or a fish.
No.
So the second thing you should know is that kitten is going to need to scratch and claw. It is up to you whether or not you're going to declaw this kitten. Personally, Weasel and I are against it.
Yeah.
And why is that, love?
Declawing is a process done to cats that takes off the first knuckle on their little paws, their little hands, because it's not like people say that it's like cutting your fingernails. It is not. It is like removing the first knuckle of your finger because it is a part of their skeleton.
So if you ever actually, you're gonna have to cut their claws.
Yes, because
and
it's important.
When you look at their claw, you'll actually see that there is something inside of it, kind of like red.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually their quick. And some people recommend to put, I think it's like
Vaseline?
Yeah, or like I've heard nail polish remover, but I don't think you should do that.
No, because cats will lick it.
Yeah, but you can put a little Vaseline on it and it'll shine and you can see it really well. If you accidentally cut that, your cat will bleed from their claws.
Yeah, because it is a blood vessel.
Yes, and so there is just one sign of the fact that this is more than just a fingernail. What has Sierra put for us?
Sierra said, "Is there a test that I can take to get out of PE?"
For Weasel and I, we went into marching band.
Yep. Was it worth it? Maybe.
I don't know. That's still up for debate.
Yes.
But we never had to experience the great displeasure of changing in front of your peers.
I only had to do one class of PE in middle school, and that was rough stuff. Because middle school's the worst.
Yep. And so, thankfully, well, I need to like get a better engine or something. We're going slow.
We're going. Oh gosh.
Oh, is that my is that my watch?
Yeah, your watch just buzzed.
Oops, I'm not wearing it because it hurts my wrist whenever I play this game.
Yeah, that's another reason I don't wear watches, because I type a lot at work.
Don't cite this in your essay, by the way. This won't make any sense. All right, and it'll be super obvious that you're just plagiarizing.
Yeah.
So don't include this part in there.
Yeah, that this is just side commentary.
Yeah, this is fireside chat. So
But back to the cat facts.
get back to the cat facts. So yeah, there's the quick. If you declaw your cat, be ready for the fact that you are removing essentially a bit of their finger, and
it causes a bunch of problems for the cats. There's one, the stress of missing part of your hand. Two, cats that are declawed usually don't like pooping in litter boxes because the dirt gets in their little cuts on their hands, and it associates bad feelings with litter boxes. So that's terrible.
And Weasel and I try to be good influences on everybody, whether it is the person who never tells us their name, who watches all of our videos, or Sierra, or you, Philip, and Jeff. I said it the other way around this time. We try to be good influences. We have Iggy. Iggy is not declawed. She's supposed to be according to our lease.
Yeah, our lease says have your cats declawed.
And we do not. Because too bad.
But we do. I'm making air quotes. Because our lease says we have to.
Yeah, so she's supposedly declawed, but not really.
Yeah.
So the point we're trying to get at, that I started with this, is that cat is going to need to scratch on something, and it's only natural for them to. And there's lots of different things. You can get some cat towers have like these scratchy posts. And what material is that?
The what? The rope?
The rope, yeah.
Oh gosh.
I can't remember. But whatever it is, my skin does not like it. So that's unfortunate. I can't touch that stuff for an extended period of time, or else like my skin gets really itchy. I think that's what they call an allergic reaction, but a doctor needs to tell me that. So I'm just gonna say I don't like touching it. There's some of that. Some people use wood, but I don't really recommend that. You can also use cardboard. So Weasel and I just bought this cat toy for Iggy, and it has this rolled up cardboard in the center of it. Mm-hmm. And I would have never in a million years guessed that cat would like that, but ours does.
Yeah, Iggy loves it a bunch.
She loves, and I guess it's because there's like these little holes in it, so her nails kind of get hooked a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so cats, they scratch not to just be annoying. They do it to leave some of their scent behind, and also because their nails, their claws, kind of molt.
They shed.
Yeah, they shed. And it's really freaky for Weasel and me. We're walking around the house, and all of a sudden we'll step on something sharp in the carpet, and it's one of Iggy's nails.
Yeah.
That have come off. So don't freak out about that. That's supposed to happen.
It's supernatural. So, not supernatural, but yeah, it is.
Dean and Cass and the whole gang.
It's very natural, I guess.
Yeah. And it's actually bad if they don't.
Yes. One time Iggy did have her nail shed stuck, and so I had to very gently wet it with a warm towel and sort of help her take it off because it was causing her discomfort. Another thing I wanted to mention, another procedure that cats have done is getting spayed or neutered.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I wanted to cap this off with saying, if your cat is scratching, if this kitty is starting to scratch various surfaces like the couch or the carpet or whatever, one thing you have to make sure when they have a scratching post is that it's sturdy and doesn't wiggle around a lot, because they hate that.
Yeah.
So you want it to be sturdy, whatever you have. That's why a lot of people like the cardboard, because usually you can pop it into something and it's flat. You know, it's not like a vertical surface; it's horizontal. More often than not, the cat will sit on it and they'll end up acting as the weight for it. So that's important. If
Yeah,
your cat is scratching stuff, you need to give it other stuff to scratch.
Yes.
And so the spay and neutering.
Yes. The spaying and neutering. This is super important. Iggy, I think we've mentioned it before, but she has had kittens. Whenever we adopted her, she was already a mom. And the first thing the vet was like, we are going to spay her. One, it's illegal for you to adopt her without doing this. So you guys you need to check about having a pet that isn't spayed or neutered, but I would recommend anyways.
They tend to pee on things.
Yeah, boys and girls.
Yes, they spray. And so you'll often see this on this beautiful, wonderful show that is hosted by Mr. Jackson Galaxy, my cat from hell, where there's this odor that they'll have in the room or something, and he'll get like a UV light and show these spots like all over everything, and that's the cat spraying. And it's very similar to a dog peeing on something for territorial reasons.
Yeah, and so cats will spray not because they don't like you, because cats don't work like that, but because either they're uncomfortable with their territory and they're trying to mark their scent, or they're in heat, or they want to
Make a baby.
Multiple
babies, because they're cats.
Yeah. So things like that, and spaying or neutering could really help that. And it's a myth that female cats don't do that. So there's a bit of information.
And spaying a female cat, neutering is what you do to a male cat. Spaying a female cat extremely reduces their chance for cervical cancer. Because cats can also get cancer too, because they don't have it anymore. So, hey, if you can remove an organ from your cat or yourself that prevents you, that elongates your life while not adversely affecting you, why not do it?
Yeah, that's why some people just choose to have to get your appendix removed.
Yeah, before you get appendicitis, because once you get that, that's the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, spaying and neutering, that's important. The litter box, now this is a little controversial, especially... Oh, shoot, I'm going fast. This is a little controversial. We're just giving you this advice. It's, again, up to you whether or not you take it. But the litter box cannot be put in a place that is hidden or out of sight, or just essentially putting it in a corner where you don't have to think about it. And so the most common thing people do, that I have at least seen, is they'll put like their cat's litter box in the restroom, or in some back room or whatever. Cats don't like that.
No, cats, they want their smell to be out there. And it's not a smell that like humans can smell, unless of course you don't clean the cat's litter box, which is a different topic. Cats, they want their smell to be known, because this is also going to be their home. And so like Iggy's litter box, we have it in, I guess, the dining room of our home, which is a highly trafficked area.
Yep.
Another thing about why we put it in such a visible, out in the open space, is because cats are at their most vulnerable whenever they are using the bathroom. I mean, you don't want anyone to attack you while you're on the toilet. Neither does a cat. And so they want to be able to see their surroundings when they're at their most vulnerable.
I mean, they don't want rumors to start that, like, Bob scared them, and it's like, oh, I scared them so bad they pooped their pants. And they're like, nuh-uh, I was already pooping. And then people are going to be like, oh, what were you doing pooping in front of Bob? And it's just this whole embarrassing thing. You guys are in high school. You know exactly what this is all about.
Well, high school and middle school.
High school and middle school. I combined the two in my mind because we're not there anymore. You don't want that locker room talk prevalent, so...
Also, don't quote this either.
Yeah, don't quote this either. It's not going to make a lot of sense. So yeah, you want it in a highly visible spot. Contrary to popular belief, even though it is poop and pee, you shouldn't smell it.
Yeah.
If you can smell it, that means one of two things. Number one, that's funny. Number one, you're not cleaning out that gosh darn litter box. Or number two, again, still funny, there is something wrong with your cat's health.
Yeah.
Cats don't show when they're sick.
Cats do not show when they're sick.
So
until something is very wrong and they can't hide anymore.
And usually by then it's too late.
Yeah. So I know it's gross, but whenever you're cleaning their litter box, just pay attention if it looks the same all the time. You know, like one time I've told you guys I do embroidery. One time I was cleaning Angie's litter box and there was an embroidery thread in her poop. And I was like, okay, this is my bad. I'll put my embroidery thread away. You know, there we go. Because you know, like you just need to pay attention to the things that your cat can't tell you in the way that they can tell you, which is poop.
Yep.
And going back to the earlier topic of not hiding your cat's litter box is also don't get a covered litter box or one of those weird ones that is also like an end table, you know, or those automatic cleaning ones. Because that will trap your cat with the scent of themselves. And that can lead them to not use their litter box anymore. So there's another tip.
Yeah, I was very upset when I saw a commercial for one of these self-cleaning cat poop boxes. It was more in the shape of a sphere though, and this brand made one that would like spin around in a circle when your cat got out of it, and it was supposed to like sift the poop out for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's terrible. That's not what a cat wants. And then they came out with one that's supposed to like somehow clean the litter and make it reusable. That's disgusting.
It was supposed to like wash the litter.
That's like reusable toilet paper for a human. No, thank you. I'm not gonna wipe my butt with a towel.
Yeah. Because this all goes back to like your cat wants to be secure and it's home, and so it wants its smell. Like so. We try to clean the litter box every 2 to 3 days. It can't be daily because the scent is just not going to stay, and Iggy isn't going to know where to poop, and that's just the way it is, you know.
Yep.
But again, if it gets smelly, you clean it a little bit sooner, and you pay attention. So that's not too big a deal.
Yep. And that's just optimal for the cat to do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you don't do that, we're not saying you're a horrible person who should give the cat to a better house. We're just saying that's what they like.
Yeah.
And that's what we do because we're able to. But if for some reason your home also doubles as your restaurant, I'm pretty sure you can't put it in your kitchen.
Yeah. I just wanted to go through like a quick list of like maybe things you should get before you bring a cat home.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
So things you should have in your house before you get your cat. Number 1, a litter box. Super important. Number 2.
Before you talk about litter boxes, Weasel and I, we get our litter from PetSmart.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can buy this 30-pound tub that you can like refill pretty cheaply or whatever. But the big selling point about it is that it is unscented. So if your animal or your cat is so in tune to its own scent, it's not going to be really good when all it can smell is Febreze or flowers or Arm & Hammer.
Yeah.
So if possible, please get an unscented litter.
Also
again,
non-clumping.
Especially if it's a kitten. I think ours clumps.
It clumps, but that's because Iggy's an adult.
Yeah.
And that's what she's used to now.
Right, because the clumping litter, the kitten, it won't be able to digest it and they can die. But try to get some that's unscented. Again, if your cat poop box smells, it's because you're not cleaning it enough. There's something wrong with the cat.
Yeah.
So the litter box and litter.
Litter, and so that goes with what you said. You're gonna want like a bed for the cat. We couldn't afford everything whenever we first got Iggy.
Oops.
Because we did have to pay a really hefty pet deposit. That's another thing. See if your apartment allows pets.
Yep, and probably pet deposits are in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Ours was $400. Not even joking or exaggerating.
No, it was $400. Iggy was $50, so that really puts things in perspective.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? We just had a box with a blanket in it, and she didn't like it. She just slept on an old blanket, but it's fine.
But we even got her like a nice cat bed, and Iggy prefers to sleep with us.
Yeah.
Or on our clothes.
Or on our clothes. So, that's another thing.
A food bowl.
A food bowl.
And cats, you know how dogs, you give them like a food bowl, and just think of a dog's food bowl in your head, right? Cats don't or they shouldn't be eating out of a really deep food bowl like a dog's. It should be a little bit more shallow.
Yeah, like a thin bowl.
Yeah, that's maybe like no deeper than literally an inch, maybe an inch and a half.
Yeah. Another thing
and
about...
I can't remember why. It's something about how they eat.
Oh, it's because of their whiskers. They don't like bending their whiskers. It sort of disorients them.
And then your water bowl can be whatever size you want.
Yeah.
But preferably ceramic because they like their water to be cool.
Yes, and it doesn't grow algae and things like that like plastic can.
And try to not put them next to each other. I've personally never seen if this is true, but I think Jackson Galaxy goes behind this statement, and I think so did the book. Cats don't like to eat next to their water source. It gives them images that the water is polluted.
Yeah.
So literally, we have our food bowl in the kitchen, and then the water bowl in our living room. That's it. That's all you need. That's it.
The food that we get it at Walmart, and it's called Good Life.
Yeah.
And that one has chicken as the first ingredient, and it doesn't have like a bunch of junk in it. So that one's good. For canned food, we get our Sheba, but only chicken, turkey, and beef because cats aren't actually supposed to eat fish.
They can get addicted
They
to it.
can get addicted to it and refuse to eat anything else.
Yep.
Which is really bad.
And that's an additive that some cat foods or cat treats will do. They'll put fish as the third or fourth ingredient because the cat will want specifically that treat because of the fish.
Yeah. So these are the food that we give to Iggy. Maybe a few toys, things like that. Oh, a big tip that the book had recommended, and so it has Jackson Galaxy. Whenever you're bringing a cat into your home, don't let it explore everywhere at once because it can get really like scared and stuff, especially if it's a kitten. Just put everything in one room so it can get acquainted to one room at a time.
It's supposed to be a safe space, so when it freaks out exploring your house, it has somewhere to run to that is
familiar and smells like that.
Yep.
So we did that with Iggy, but she got hungry and decided to just wander around everywhere.
Yep.
So we also have just a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's not like that large.
Yeah. She was ready to go. But again, Iggy was also an adult who already had kittens, so.
Yeah.
Each cat will be different. I mean, when we adopted
Where
Iggy, sleep.
Oh, okay.
When we adopted Iggy, the first thing she did, despite having her organs, some of her organs ripped out because she was spayed, and also
a little loopy because we gave her some pain medicine.
Yes,
the doctor did.
We paid extra for her to have pain medicine after her surgery. The first thing she did was pee.
Yeah.
That is literally the first thing she did, and then the second thing she did was eat, even though that is supposed to be the last thing on their minds. So, each cat is different, really and truly. I mean, Iggy talks way more than I think a cat normally does. So,
yeah,
they're each different. They're their own little people. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, love?
I just want to end this off with saying, cats, they are a really big responsibility. You know, just because they aren't like dogs, you know, they need to poop outside and go for runs and whatever. They still need to be like played with and given love and stuff. But I guess on the opposite side of that, like they aren't into like Iggy, at least, she's not into like cuddling or really like playing all the time. She likes doing her own thing. So you need to keep that in mind, especially with getting a kitten. You don't know exactly how their personality is going to be, so you just need to be prepared for that they may not be exactly what you want because they are a creature by themselves.
And that's why you can see what you want. Like, you can get to know the cat. Especially when they're a kitten, you can train them to be more of the kind of cat that you want.
Yep.
For all we know, Iggy's previous house didn't want cats like on their lap or anything, so that's why she doesn't like it.
Yeah, who knows?
But we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Feel free, Jeff and Philip, to cite this video in your essay. For further reading, I would watch anything that Jackson Galaxy does. He has a YouTube channel.
Yep.
And Kittens for Dummies.
Yes.
And there's also Cats for Dummies, but we started with Kittens, which is what you're going to probably get anyways. So we'll end this here. Also to explain, American Truck Simulator is still in Christmas mode, despite it being January 9th. And I think they're going to still be in Christmas mode until January 15th.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be in Christmas for this episode and the next.
Yeah, and we're also delivering presents for Santa, so...
Yep.
There's an explanation for that, too.
Yes. So we'll go ahead and end this video here. If you're watching this stream, we're still going to do another one. And in that one, we're going to talk about something exciting coming up on the channel.
Yes.
So I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you stick around for the next one. And wherever you are, I hope you have a good night, good morning, or good afternoon.
Bye, everyone.